Hey everybody, it's Heather and today is Friday, September 12th, 2025, and I am at a different location. Today I am here for another knit and chat. Yes, I see the airplane. I am at my son's social skills class. It's Friday, so he has a 2-hour play date with his friends. So my son is on the autism spectrum, and this is a social skills class that he takes just to help him socialize with other children who have autism that are in his age bracket. Because I homeschool, I find this to be very important because he doesn't get as much socialization as a child who goes to other schools, like public school or private schools. So I feel like he needs some socialization, and he doesn't like children excuse me, so much. He has a kind of a fear of children, and this social class that he's been taking for the past year has really opened up his socialization skills. Like, he's so much better around other children. It's insane. He used to scream if a child came near him, and now it's nothing like that. He's so much calmer about it. He's still very leery of other children, but I think that's just going to be how it is with his autism, and that's fine. My daughter's here with me today. She's hanging out over here in the passenger seat, being my tiny passenger princess. She thought that was funny. She's playing with Big Q and Little Q, and I am knitting on a sock, which I am going to talk about. This Sunday, in 2 days, is my son, who's in the class. It's his 10th birthday, and he is going to be double digits, and that is so exciting and a little crazy all at the same time. Maybe. He's going to be 10, and he is my only little boy, and I adore him, and I just love him. So I am currently knitting right now a pair of socks for him. I bought this skein of yarn, well, it's a sock set. I bought this sock set a couple weeks ago, and I thought that when it gets here, I'm gonna like knit him a pair of socks, and then I'm gonna give them to him for his birthday. He doesn't really wear knitted socks, but he doesn't have a lot of pairs either, so I feel like if I put them on him, he'd wear them, because I'm the one who puts the socks on, because he doesn't like to, so I do it for him. So I thought that I would make him a pair in his favorite kind of colors, so maybe that would make him want to wear them more. I did make him another pair earlier this summer, and I have that put up to give him for his birthday also. That one was made in the Knit Picks static line in the color Evergreen Terrace, a Simpsons colorway, and we watched The Simpsons in our house a lot. We started over watching The Simpsons, and we are now on season 25. All this year. We've watched them all this year. So we've watched seasons 1 through 24 this year. Wow, that's so crazy. I'm a big Simpsons fan. I have been, because I've been watching it since I was a child. It came out the year before or the year after I was born, I think. That might not be true. It might have came out the year my sister was born. I think it came out when my sister was born, and she's 5 years younger than me. So, second. So, I made him that pair, and he hasn't seen them yet. They're put up. He will be getting them on Sunday as well. But I am currently knitting, but back to the story. I bought this yarn, very cute. I'll show. She put Little Q in her daddy's hat, and it kind of looks like a bathtub, kind of. Cool. So I bought this yarn, and she shipped it very quickly, but it came on last Friday, well, a week ago today, and I didn't realize that it had came and it was in the mailbox, and I didn't get it until Sunday or Monday. I went and tracked it, and I'm like, oh, I wonder where it's at, and then I looked and it was already delivered. I'm like, oh, you're serious? I went and got it Monday. So I was like, now I have less than a week to knit a pair of socks for him, and he is 10. He will be 10. I don't want to rush it. He will be 10. So his feet are pretty big. He's a big boy. He weighs 90 pounds. He's a big kid. So you can't have gum yet, not until you're 10. So I have to make an entire pair of socks for a little boy whose foot is about this much shorter than mine. Because when he puts my shoes on, like my flip-flops and stuff, his foot is only like about 1.5 inches maybe shorter than mine. So I'm pretty much making an adult pair of socks in less than a week. So from Monday to Sunday. But I'm also on a deadline for that shawl that I was making. So I'm trying to bust out these socks, and I'll tell you how far I am in a second. I'm not to that yet, baby girl. Just wait. I'll let you know when you're gonna give me something. Okay. She wants to help. So sweet. So I got the yarn on Monday. I caked it up, and I went ahead and I cast on the cuffs. I didn't cake it up. I shouldn't say that. I balled it up because I hand wind my yarns into balls because I prefer the balls. So I balled up the yarn, and I will show you the yarn. This is a sock set by The Painted Tiger. I saw this yarn on Emily from I can't remember her podcast name. She's a hand dyer. I don't remember her podcast name though. What is it? I don't know. I know she lives in Utah. And her and her sister used to have podcasts together. I can't remember. Yarn Library? I guess, I don't know. I mean, I'll find it. I don't know. That isn't the point. I saw this yarn on there, and I wanted it. I needed it for him. My son is very much into Americana. No, ma'am. That's an annoying sound for my listeners. He's very much into Americana. He loves the American flag. So when I saw these socks on her podcast a couple weeks ago, I'm like, oh, I messaged and said, where'd you get that yarn from? I never heard back, but you know, that's okay. I decided to do a reverse Google search, and I found The Painted Tiger. I bought this sock set, and I really, really, really love this yarn base. I've never knit with this type of sock base before, but I love it. So what I did was I cast on the cuffs. My brain is all over the place today. I am so sorry. I cast on and I knit the cuffs. This is... Okay, I need to get it together. Okay. Let me start by showing you the balls of yarn. This is the yarn. It came with a... Un momento. I don't know. I think it came with a 60-gram main skein, a 30-gram of the red, and then a 20-gram of the white. It's odd numbers, but I think that's what it was. So I balled up the yarn, and I decided to use the red for the cuffs because there's more of it. Originally, I was going to do red cuffs, red toes, white heels, okay? But I changed my mind and decided to do red cuffs, white heels. And originally, I was like, oh, I can just knit the self-striping pattern until, you know, I bind off for the toes or whatever, or I close up the toe. But then I changed my mind again. I went in my stash, and I had remembered that I have a bunch of blue, different shades of blue, mini skeins that I got in a swap, and I found one that is perfectly matched. So this is the mini skein that I found, and check out how good that matches. Pretty good match, isn't it? Yes. Okay, so what I did was I balled this up, and this is the blue yarn. Where did my tag go? I just had the tag. Give me a second. Here we go. This is Sun Valley Fibers Fingering Weight hand-dyed yarn. It is a 50-yard mini skein. The yarn consists of 80% merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. It is an 80-yard skein. Does it say that? Okay, that's weird. The front says a 50-yard, and the back says 80-yard. whatever, it doesn't matter. So it's Sun Valley Fibers, and the color is Faded Jeans. Well, I decided to do a blue toe. And I didn't tell you that the base for the Painted Tiger sock set is called the Panda Sock. It is 60% superwash merino, 30% bamboo rayon, 10% nylon, and it is 410 yards total and 105 grams. And it is the Grand Old Flag mini set. So this is the label. I'm trying to get the shadow off. I had to move my car quite a few times to get the right spot because the sun is setting. It is 6:50 and the sun is setting. So, but this is the life of a knit and chat, car knit and chat, isn't it? So here is my fiber and yarn is hand dyed in small batches with hues I have personally mixed from the primary colors to ensure unique and brilliant hues for your projects. Made in the bluffs of eastern Iowa, overlooking the mighty Mississippi River. What color are your stripes? That's cute. Here's her little logo. So like I said, I have to bust these socks out, right? So look what I've gotten done. I am literally 1 decrease on the toe away, maybe 2 decrease. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 16 toes stitches on each side. So I'm gonna do 2 more decreases and then I'll be done with the first sock. And the second sock, I have the cuff on, done already. So I have 1 sock to knit in like 2 days because his birthday is on Sunday. We are celebrating in the evening because we are going somewhere for his birthday. We're gonna go to a water park, an indoor water park in North Carolina, and I'm gonna have a 3.5 hour drive. Well, ride, my husband will drive. So I will be knitting in the front seat if I do not get these socks finished, which there's no chance I would finish a whole sock in 1 day because, what? They don't need to know what the name of the place is.
Fine.
What if we had a stalker? Then they could hunt us down. You don't want that.
Fine.
So I cast on 60 stitches and I did a 2x2 rib. Then on my first round, I decreased to 56 stitches because even though he has a bigger foot, he's got a big foot for a little boy, he has very small ankles, and a little ma'am, don't do that. You shook up my whole world. You shook up all my thing. You're gonna have to wait now. You can't get the ball back. So I knit 1 full repeat of the self-striping colorway. So it started on the blue and white, then it had the stripes, and then I stopped, and that's when I decided to put the white heel in. I just did a regular stockinette heel because I think he'll like it better for sensory reasons. So it is just a plain stockinette heel in white, and then I picked up stitches, and yeah, so right now it looks like I'm gonna have 3 full repeats per sock. Luckily, I stopped at 60 rows. It ended on 59 rows. So I did 1 more row in the blue color, the mini that I found, and then I did 5 more rows. So it's 65 for the foot because the last pair I made him were 60. That was for Christmas last year, and the red, white, and blue ones I made him for Christmas last year. I decided that I wanted to make it a little bit longer because he is a little bit bigger, obviously. And I want them to last as long as they can because they are so pretty, and he is going to love these. He's just going to love them. So I am now about to finish this up in just a second, and I am going to cast or continue on this. I'm going to reattach this. Originally, my idea was I was going to knit them consecutively at the same time or whatever, you know. But then I realized you can't do that with balls of yarn unless you split the balls when you first ball them up. And I did not think about it when I did it. I just kind of went and did it. Oh, I gotta get her ball. It was under my foot. Show up crazy. So you guys wish me luck that I get that sock finished because I want him to have it. I really do. So that's really all I have to say about these socks. I will show you in just a second. What are you doing? There is chapstick in the lid. Don't put that in your pants. That is tinted. That will ruin your pants. hold on a second. She's putting tinted lipstick on, got it all over her finger, and was going to wipe it on her jeans. Not a good idea. Let's see if... Use a wipe. Okay. So, the other thing that I have been working on this week, obviously, is the shawl. The Indomitable butterfly shawl. I am so close to being finished with that. I changed the pattern a little. I'm not gonna lie. I did change it because, you know, I like the pattern. It's very pretty, but I've always was told that you do things in threes, right? Because it's more eye-catching. I don't know why, but that's what people say. When you make, you know, a floral arrangement, you do things in threes. You know, three is like more aesthetic to your eye than, let's say, 4. So the last section, the eyelet section on the shawl, had 4 repeats, and they were 4 sections of eyelet. And I did not do 4. I did 3. Can you give me the shawl? Put the lipstick down for a second. I don't really want that on my shawl. Thank you. Be careful. Okay. So this is the shawl. Oh, my fingernail snagged it. And I do love it. I do think it's really pretty. So here we go. It had 4 sections of the eyelets. And what else? Hold on one second. I need the pattern. Do I have the pattern? What's your leg? I need the pattern. I think it's in here. I want to see. I also think I added an extra garter stitch. I think I did. I did. I added an extra back and forth of garter stitch, like a full garter stitch repeat on in between each one, because once again she did it in 2s, and I wanted it to be more aesthetic because, like I said, putting it in the fair. So I did 3 garter stitches, 3 garter stitch rows in between. Maybe like this. I'll do it sideways so you can see. So we have 3 this, 3 this, 3 this, and then I did 3 garter stitch rows at the end because I decided I wasn't going to do the 4th. For one thing, I didn't know if I was going to have enough yarn to do a 4th because I did add the extra garter row back and forth. You think you're pretty? Is that what you're doing? Are you putting on all the layers again? Mm-hmm. Okay, I should have done. And then I decided that I wasn't done. I wanted to use all. Can you find me the ball of yarn that this goes to? The end of it. I wanted to use as much of that yarn as I could, so I decided to put a eyelet section. Where's it coming from? I don't know, but if you like look around, it's probably in that ghosty bag. I put 3 rows of eyelets, and now I am at a place where I have, I'm going to show you as soon as she gives me back my ball of yarn. Okay, that's good. I'll roll it up real quick. I only have a little nugget left, and I think it's 7 grams of yarn. I got it, baby. Okay, so I have this much left. 7 grams. I don't know if I have enough to put another eyelet in. I don't think I'm going. No, I had decided I was going to only put 3 because in 3s. So what I'm going to do now is I don't know if I have enough to do this. I want to do a garter stitch, like back and forth, and then bind off in the color that I decided I was going to bind off in. I just don't know. She just has a regular bind off. I kind of want to do an I-cord bind off, or I want to do a picot bind off, just to give it a little more flair. And I had decided that I'm going to do the bind off. I'm sorry. Can you please hand me that yarn bag with the orangest color in there you have? The brightest orange? I decided to use that mini skein that I told you about. The second mini skein that came with the sock set from Northwood Fibers. I'm going to do this as the bind off row. It is so bright. I love it. It's gonna look so good with this. Wow, that's a lot. Let me see. Nice. Juicy lips, girlfriend, juicy lips. So I don't know if 20 grams is enough to do an I-cord bind off in the amount of stitches I have. I don't even know how many is, but there's over 400, I'm sure. I mean, there's over 400 for sure. I don't know. Huh?
That's a lot.
It is a lot. And for an I-cord, every stitch is like, what, 4 stitches? That is a lot. I don't know if it is. I don't want to do it and then it not be enough, because that would be tragic. So do I do an I-cord bind off?
I got it.
I really want an I-cord bind off. I think you got it. Good. I want an I-cord bind off in that orange because it will match this pink. Well, not match, but contrast it, because it did come with the sock set for this color. And I really think that that pop would just be like the extra chef's kiss on it, and then this will be done. So it's really funny. This yarn that I used here, can you give me the green ball of yarn that's in that bag? Is felting. That is so funny. I didn't even notice that. The two, okay, thank you. This is 2 strands, like the beginning and the ending, and they have felted together just in the movement of the knitting of the shawl. They are felted. See, you can kind of see, like, that's both ends together. Like, that's so funny. Like, there's one and there's one. They have felted. So I'll figure that out. I mean, it is 100% wool, pretty sure. Let me see something. I don't even know if I have the label for this. I do. That's too loud. I got yarn fuzzies. Yeah, it's 100% Highland wool. So it is felting, but that's okay. I'll figure that out when I go to weave in the ends. I don't really want to weave in the ends because I want them to be hidden so good that you can't see them. And I'm not really the best end weaver. I don't know if that's how you'd say that. You might say it like that. Whatever. I want them to be hidden. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll have to figure it out. Because, you know, fairs around here where I live at in South Carolina, I think the fair is somewhere like the first week of October. So I need to get it done. But the boy's birthday is before that. So I'm going to finish that first. So I am almost done with this. I will definitely be finished with that by next week, because I will be done with it, because I'm done with it. I just wanted to use as much of that yarn as I could because, hi fish. Whatever is left, can you put these back in that bag for me? I'm going to try to make a pair of socks or something with it.
Yeah, pink.
I do. That pink. I don't need it. I already used it. So that's really all I have to say about that. I did, however, go to a yarn store, guys. What? I don't need that either, baby. I already showed them that weeks before. I just showed them, because this goes together. I keep them together because they all are in this project. Oh. Okay? Can you go in that big bag and get me that that skein of yarn that we bought at the yarn store? I went to a yarn store day before yesterday. Thank you. I went to a store called the Yarn Loft in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I went to Myrtle Beach for the day with my husband and kids because he had to go work there, and we took it upon ourselves to just join him. And there was a yarn store, and it was open, and we decided to take a little look-see-loo, me and my kids.
What? Cat.
Well, they don't care about the kitty. I'll tell them about the kitty if you want me to. Kids, the things she wants me to tell you. So I went to the Yarn Loft, and it was a nice little yarn store. It was kind of small, but it was cute. And I chatted with the lady who's working there, and I bought one skein of yarn. It is a skein of Madeline Tosh. Excuse me. And it is in a colorway that Madeline Tosh made for the Yarn Loft. And I was just chatting with a lady, and apparently that store has been open since 2022, which is really cool to have a yarn store open post-pandemic, which is really nice because everybody knows that a lot of yarn stores closed because of the pandemic. So the fact that there was one that's open shortly after, that's really nice. That was the only thing I bought, but I will show it to you now. I bought this loveliness. This is the Madeline Tosh, what is it, the Pashmina. It is 75% superwash merino wool, 15% silk, and 10% cashmere in this most lovely color called Crepe Myrtle. It's so pretty. I love it. I love it. It's great. It's gorgeous. It is a number 2 weight. So I originally went in thinking I'd get a skein of sock yarn and I would knit up a pair of socks, but you know what? Instead, I got a sport weight and I will knit up something else. I actually told the lady who worked there that perhaps I'd make a muscle burrow hat. I don't think I will. I think I'm going to probably make like a 1 skein shawl or something. What?
How did it get there?
It rolled across the air conditioner vent. I will probably make a 1 skein shawl. I don't know. I'm not really familiar with I don't think I've ever made anything with sport weight yarn. I might wind up making a hat because the muscle burrow hat is so easy to make. And it's the best fitting hat, I think. I haven't made but like 3 of them or 4 of them. But the ones I have made are by far my favorite hats. I have 2 and I gave 1 to my little girl for Christmas last year. So, a hat that I made you last year for Christmas. I'm sure you did. Because why would you remember the things that your mommy knit you?
I have a bad memory.
Typical. Bad memory. So, because the car has, that goes out of the car. I'm not getting it for you. It's gonna be goodbye, ball. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say today. I'm gonna sit here and finish this first sock, attach the ball, kick up the second sock. I do have another hour and a half, and then I will be picking up my boy. Can't knit these socks in front of him because he saw the yarn the other day and he asked, what's that, is that American flag there? American flag colors, is that for me? And I'm like, he actually saw it Tuesday when we were at this class, I think. And I'm like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And I hid it from him. So it's a lot harder to knit with him when he's home because, I mean, when I'm with him because we're always together because I'm a stay-at-home mom who homeschools, so we're always together. So, yeah, I have to finish these socks with him when he's not here. And where he sits in the car, he can see what I am knitting on when I am driving in the car. So, in theory, I need to have as much of this sock done as I can before Sunday when we leave. And I don't know. It'll be what it's going to be. I'm going to get the socks done. If I don't, then I'll give him 1 sock and say, well, here you go, baby. I'll have the other sock for you tomorrow. Yeah. So, that's all I have to say today. I hope everybody has a great evening, rest of their day, has a wonderful weekend, and I will see you all again soon with a fresh 10-year-old boy. I'm gonna be the mom of a 10-year-old boy. How crazy is that? It's amazing. My oldest child will actually be 20 this year, so it's so crazy. Yeah, so I'm gonna go work on the sock, and I will see you all again very soon. Okay, peace, guys. Keep up alive.